So I was cleaning out these little pipes that I keep under the water so that the fish have a place to hide, and I found these little bloodworms inside there. It's very interesting. Bunches of them. Hello folks, Israel Epstein here, coming at you with a 9-week update. It actually is 9 weeks because I checked it before I went on camera, so it's correct this time. But I wanted to give you a 9-week update. This is just over 2 months of growth in our fish and in our aquaponics system. Let's start over here at grow bed number 1. Looks like our lettuce is doing okay. The broccoli, not too sure. It's been really hot. Not sure how that broccoli is liking that heat. It's been like 110 lately. You can see the new system for delivering water to the grow beds is working pretty good. In grow bed number 2, our bell pepper plants are doing better. This one I found, I forgot the name of the insect that I found on there. Those little flat white things. I've totally forgotten what they were called, but they were living on there, and I just sprayed them off with some little soapy water. That worked just fine. Got rid of them. That pepper plant over there is doing better. This one is starting to come back and do better after I got rid of those little bugs on it. Starting to exhibit some new growth. I'm not even sure what this is. I put a couple of seeds in there, and that thing just popped up really fast. I have to find out what that is later. I need to keep better notes of what I'm putting in here because I totally forget what's going where. There's so much growth. The lettuce is actually doing pretty good. Not too bad. Not as good as the lettuce that I have under the shade of this tree over here. That lettuce right there is actually doing really good just in the shade tree. And my corn over in the shade on the side of the place is actually doing really good. It's growing like crazy over there. Not so much here in this lava rock grow bed number 3. In grow bed number 4, we've got some cantaloupe up front and some squash, summer squash, and zucchini in the back. You can see that we are getting some little buds forming on our cantaloupe, so that's starting to come forth there. This grow bed number 5, look at all the growth on this. These little yellow flowers are just popping up everywhere. We're about to get just a whole bunch of growth on this thing. It's doing really well, growing like crazy. It seems like your melon plants are going to definitely do better in the summer. So this summer heat is not totally conducive to, you know, a lot of plants, and they wilt and they die and they don't do too well in this intense heat. But fall is just around the corner, so we're going to start some new plantings and see how they go. You can see I made this little fish tank cover out of just a little wooden frame and some burlap sack. I had a little bit of algae growth coming in there because the sun is starting to change to the more southerly direction and began to shine on the fish tank, and it kind of turned my water not totally clear and clean. Started seeing some algae, so we covered up the fish tank with just this little thing that I made here. Seems to work really well, but it's easy to just take off and get out of the way if you want to get to the fish and the pump and everything. The fish are definitely getting much larger. Definitely getting much larger. Let's see if I can throw a little bit of fish food in there. See if I can get them to come up to the top and check it out. There they come. Just a little snack before lunchtime. But I got some in there that are 4 or 5 inches long after essentially just over 2 months. And I know you remember when we put them in here, they were like 1/4 inch long. They were just puny little suckers. But they are growing fast, really fast. They're obviously doing much better than the plants. Plants are doing really good, but the fish are just going crazy. All of our new plumbing that we put in last week with the larger pump and the diverter And all the new PVC instead of that half-inch flexible rubber hose is doing well. What I found with that flexible rubber hose, I think I might have mentioned, is that it gets clogged up really fast with fish waste, and you lose your flow rate, and then your bell siphons start to not function very well. So this system here with the 3/4 inch PVC and just some 90-degree connectors are easy to adjust up and down, left and right, just by putting them up a little bit or down a little bit or turning them left or right to reduce the flow or make the flow go a little more. It seems to be working pretty well. We're getting nice flow. All the bell siphons are functioning pretty well. And the growth is doing pretty darn good. It's just about 2 months worth of growth. We got some stuff that's about to bust loose and give us some fruits and vegetables. You can see we got lots of flowers busting out on this thing here. You notice that I'm not actually identifying it for you. It's because I'm not totally sure what it is. I'm pretty sure that it's actually zucchini. So this zucchini plant is doing really well. We got lots of flowers busting out on it and lots of new growth. So we're still using a little bit of the API stress zyme, is working well. And that's a 9-week update. Things are looking pretty good. Fish are definitely fat and sassy. Plants are going well. And we've got our little poochie come to check things out. What you doing, Reginald? What you doing, Reggie? Alright. So there it is, folks. Israel Epstein signing out. Oh, yeah, that's right. Look at this lettuce right here. I found a little tiny green worm just chewing the crap out of that thing, man. He was going to devour the whole thing. But I plucked him off and fed him to my fish. Worked out pretty well. I also found one on this lettuce plant. So you got to watch out for them little worms. I also, as you noticed in the little picture that I put in the intro, that I found, I took out, because I had that algae growth, and that's why I put the cover on, I pulled out, I had algae growing on these little white tubes that I keep down there for fish shelter, and I pulled it out and found a bunch of bloodworms, just like midge fly larvae, bunches of them. So I've also looked down in my bell siphons, and I can see them down in there. So I've got little red bloodworms in my fish tank, which is, as far as my research is concerned, it seems to be non-harmful, and the fish probably eat them when they fall out of there, come through the system. So that's not really an issue. Kind of nice to see some natural worms coming through here. I'm sure they're kind of composting whatever's down at the bottom of the fish solids in these grow beds. But everything's looking pretty good at 9 weeks. So we'll keep you up to date. Next week will be 10 weeks, and we'll show you what we got going on. So now this is Israel Epstein signing out. Have a great day.